For me to walk into a female restroom at this time, which HB2 forces me by law to go into the women's restroom, I've been using the men's restroom for the last 10 years of my life with no issue. And now I'm looking over my shoulder. I'm worried about my safety.
How would it put you in danger if you were to go into a public men's room?
I'm a woman. That puts me in danger from men who may mistake that as an invitation sexually. And I'm not going to put myself in that position. That is physically endangering my life and my well-being.
We have a problem. The city of Charlotte and their city council has decided to push a very radical and dangerous policy.
None of them actually took the time to sit down and meet with the trans person before they went into this quote-unquote emergency session.
What was the emergency exactly?
Their emergency is protecting the safety and privacy of women and children. But they never once considered the safety and privacy of transgender women and children, much less transgender men.
I had one issue with the bathroom before I transitioned, using the female bathroom and looking like a young teenage boy, and a woman getting upset, calling for her boyfriend, getting drug out of the bathroom. Luckily, the situation was diffused. He didn't beat me up. He just threw me to the ground, and that was it. But
that's violent enough.
Yeah, that is. I mean, that's too much right there. I mean, which bathroom do I pick? Do I pick the one that I will maybe get arrested to go in, or the one that I could get beaten and possibly even killed going into?
And I remember hiding in a stall, locking the door, and having people screaming, "Hey, we got a faggot in the bathroom." And then we have so many people starting to fill up the bathroom. If it wasn't for one of their friends to say, "Come on, just leave the queer alone."
On May 8th of 2012, our state passed a constitutional amendment banning same-sex marriage.
This is not about same-sex marriage. It's already illegal in the state.
So what do you think it is about?
It's about political strategy.
That strategy, Robinson says, is to draw conservatives to the polls and weaken support for President Obama among African Americans opposed to same-sex marriage. Mr. Obama won North Carolina in 2008 by just 14,000 votes.
Whenever established power brokers have felt threatened, particularly in the South, they stir up sexual and racial fears for political power. They don't care if it's constitutional. They don't care if they lose in the court, because their goal is the politics of fear and division. Like the marriage amendment, they know it's unconstitutional.
The critique that I hear from Reverend Barber is that in both cases you see the spring of an important election year, something that targets one of the most vulnerable communities for political gain.
Oh, it's very clear that we're playing politics with people's lives here.
What I am saying is that there are countless deviant men who will pretend to be transgender as a means of gaining access to the people they want to exploit, women and children. It already happens.
But those people can get dressed up in a dress now.
Wait a second.
You know, they were on the fence about raping someone, but then they heard about this bill and they said, "Oh, perfect, I'm going to dress as a woman and rape someone."
There is not one documented case of a law like Charlotte passed, which, by the way, was a best practice law that Charlotte passed, of there ever being an instance of this law being used for ill gain.
I don't think that, the average criminal is going, what bills are about to be passed that I can use?
There is no protection for gay and transgender residents here. You can be fired for who you love or who you are. You can be kicked out and denied housing for who you love and who you are. And you can be denied service in any public place.
Since segregation was made illegal, we've still been fighting for civil rights the whole time. It never stopped.
The other side didn't stop either, did they?
No. I mean, it's just like, it's 2016. Why are we still having to fight for these simple human things? I'm 100% human. I deserve 100% equality.
What did I do? On March the 22nd, I woke up and I went to work and I went and put gas in my car and I went to the grocery store and I went home to my family and I cleaned my house and I paid bills. And that's what I did. I may have used the bathroom at some point out in public while I was running into the grocery store at Harris Teeter. That's what I did. That was my life. I wrote a check for my property taxes. I said goodnight to my husband. I called my grandmother that morning to say good morning. I called my mother. I Skyped my nephew. I told my sister I loved her. And then the next day I found out that they were giving permission for me to be accosted if I tried to use the restroom possibly, and I'm a threat and a sexual predator. And why? What did I do? Did I do something wrong? Did I not live my life the same way everyone else does? What did I do?